This is Crystal Racing with a rumour report. Now, as you may know, Nikita Mazepin has been attracting headlines for the completely wrong reasons. And from what I've seen and what's been claimed on Twitter, Pietro Fittipaldi has written down Haas F1 driver on both his Twitter and his Instagram bios, which suggests that Nikita Mazepin, who did not do any testing at the Young Drivers Test in a postseason event at Abu Dhabi, since of course only Mick Schumacher tested for Haas, and then of course Callum Ilott did the testing for Alfa Romeo for along with Robert Kubica, and then of course Robert Schwartzman went and tested for Ferrari, with Nikita Mazepin apparently doing absolutely no running for any team. Apparently, yes, he was supposed to test for another team, but it didn't happen, and now it does seem as if those talks that Haas have been talking about warning him about his future conduct, has looked as if, like, I'm beginning to suspect that the chances of him racing next season appears to be slim, because from what I found out, Pietro Fittipaldi does appear to have found some sponsorship money from somewhere. Apparently, it's a similar source of money from where Sergio Perez gets sponsorship money, because of course in the whole Central and South American regions there are a certain group of sponsors who of course like to throw money at Latin American drivers, such as Telmex, and that part of the world where they like to cater towards the Spanish and Portuguese speaking audiences around that part of the world. I mean, I've got to say, if this is true, then I've got to be a bit surprised that Pietro Fittipaldi is potentially going to get a full-time ride, because whilst, of course, he was having to deal with all sorts of power unit and gearbox issues in his first two Grand Prix appearances as Roman Grosjean's replacement, he did obey everything the team wanted him to do, which was, of course, give Kevin Magnussen a tow in qualifying and just basically just get the car to the finish and not interfere with the team's attempts to try and get Kevin Magnussen in a potential point scoring position. Although, of course, as we all know, with the Haas being so poor, there was no hope of either Magnussen nor Fittipaldi getting any sort of results, any sort of points really. But as it was, though, considering he had not raced for a year, I think he did a pretty good job. I mean, yes, he was 7 tenths off at Sakir, and then, of course, about 3 tenths off at Abu Dhabi. But to be only 3 tenths off in your second race weekend at Abu Dhabi, and what is quite a long and quite long, twisty track, is a fairly good effort, I may say. I mean, yeah, 3 tenths off, very impressive performance, I may say. And I have to say, despite not... And you've also got to realise, of course, Abu Dhabi, he also out-qualified Nicholas Latifi and was only a tenth off George Russell. Quite a decent qualifying performance, I may say. I know he finished last in the race, but the fact of the matter is, let's be honest, Pietro Fittipaldi would give Haas a bit of stability, considering the fact that they were... I mean, had they had a lineup of Schumacher and Mazepin, it would be an all-rookie lineup. But with Fittipaldi in the team, having already done quite a bit of testing for them in the past 2 years, it would actually give them some continuity and a little bit of experience to lean on. Since, I mean, as for Nikita Mazepin, I am guessing he is probably going to defer his or delay his Grand Prix debut until 2022, when this whole furore around his antics die down, if they ever do die down. Although, of course, I have to say, with the number of hashtag We Say No Mazepin comments I've seen all over social media, there's a chance that Haas might well never want to give Mazepin a chance unless things really do become bad. And the only way Mazepin could ever make his debut in F1 is now pretty much if his dad buys the team outright, because Gene, Haas and Gunther Steiner don't really want anything to do with Mazepin, and with the endless number of complaints about his behaviour, the girl who he apparently groped in that Instagram video, subsequently unfollowing him, and then putting out stories on Instagram about how it appears she didn't really want to be groped by him in any way. Since, of course, I mean, what sort of girl wants to be groped like that on social media? I am almost at least 85% sure that Mazepin will not be racing next season, because the amount of bad publicity Haas are getting for this is just too excessive. There's just... Having someone like him in the team is just going to be constant bad news, especially when you're going to consider the fact that they are probably quite likely to finish 10th and last in the championship next season, and a lot of the sponsors, I think, do not want to be associated with this rather unsavoury character, I have to say. So, if you like this video and want to say anything, comment down below, and I'll see you again next time.